Hello YouTube and welcome to Danielle's Den. And today what I'm going to be doing is I am going to be giving you guys a life update as well as I guess a few denture updates. Not a whole lot has changed since the last time I checked in with you guys on my dentures, but I'm also going to be reading comments and responding back to them through a video. I am still going to make a point to go back and respond to every comment as I do on my channel, but this way you guys can actually hear my voice and how I want to respond to you guys, me reading your comment and acknowledging you, and have more of a kind of conversation, if you will. So, couple life updates first. I am moved. I am now in a townhome. It's bigger, it's beautiful. I'm in a much nicer neighborhood, so overall, just a huge life change, and it's a refreshing breath of air because being a mom, I experience a lot of mom guilt, and I'm assuming dad guilt exists as well, so I'm not saying that it doesn't, but I'm a mom. So providing the best life for my son is something I've always wanted to do, and the fact that I am now engaged to somebody who wants nothing but the best with me and can help me achieve different goals and just wants to build an actual future with me is just amazing and incredible. And the fact that he is as ambitious as he is kind of makes me feel like I need to even step up a little and level up, and I need to do my part as well just to show him just how much I appreciate him and that I want to be the best for him. So we are moved. It was kind of unexpected the way it went. We were anticipating needing to stay in a hotel, which for any of you who have a younger child, or you had a younger child and you've had to move, or you've had to travel, you've had to stay in hotel rooms, it can be a lot. And the last time I had to stay in a hotel with my son, it was under not good circumstances, and he was a lot younger, so it was easier, but it was also a very depressing time for me, and it induced a lot of anxiety this go around because that's what I was remembering. And then, how am I going to entertain a 3-year-old at the time, or a 4-year-old? And it was a lot, so we were figuring out moving, and some things had come up during the move as far as just, being really on edge, basically, for everybody, and we were starting to wonder, how are we going to fit all of our belongings, both mine and Matt's, into a garage, because we were combining all of our stuff for the first time ever into this garage for this new house, but we couldn't place anything because we were waiting for a painter. So we're trying to figure it out, and we show up, and our landlord actually ends up telling Matt, hey, if you guys want to move in today, you actually can go ahead and do that. So we were able to move in that same night. We had to move everything out of my place because it was the end of my lease, and if my stuff was still there the following day, then I would be charged for that month, which that's very expensive. So we're scrambling, trying to get things done, and at the end of the day, it turns out that I had a lot of stuff in my house. It was Christmas decorations, it was some sentimental stuff, it was things that I accumulated over creating a life with my son, and they were needed. They were things that I'm not going to let go of. So Matt ended up staying up until 2 o'clock in the morning, driving back and forth, getting my stuff and into a garage, and I had to stay home because my son was sleeping. And anyways, here we are. So at any rate, we've now finally started settling in. I'm even borrowing Matt's business desk area right now. I may stay here, I may move, we'll just see. The background's super plain and I don't really care for it. And I'm not really up for trying to CGI or whatever the background, because that's a lot. And I'm still learning how to edit, as you guys who've been with me for a long time may know. So, a denture update is that I have been living for the fact that I can smile more now than ever, because I think that with everything that happened right before my extraction, through my extraction, after my extraction, my head was just never fully wrapped around the fact that I actually did it and went through with the process. So even though I felt beautiful taking pictures and talking, it never really set in until recently, and I will show you guys. So, you're going to see some photos of my son. For example, I look at this photo. This one's from Easter. I think I showed you guys in my last video. But this is from, we're going to figure it out. We're going to figure it out. We're going to figure it out. Maybe it's this side. No? Okay, well, anyway. So it's me and my son. You can't really fully see it, but it's there. And then, I wonder if I can just, okay, you can kind of see me better too anyway, so we'll just do that for now then. So for Mother's Day, we went to a zoo. Oh my gosh. So that's us. And I know there's a really strong glare, but I swear I'm smiling in these. Oh my gosh, why can't I get it together? I really need to learn how to just pull up these photos and stuff, but that's me. Okay, you can see I'm smiling, and I'm holding my son. That's Mother's Day. This was us having a picnic for the first time on our patio. Oh, now my fingers are in the way. This way. Okay. Kinda. Anyway, so there's all of that. And then taking pictures with my fiance. We went to our first sport event together, which I'm very big into sports. I don't know a whole lot, but I do love going to events when I can. It's a really great treat. Okay, so that's better. So this is me and my fiance at a baseball game. And we did take my son with, because it was actually a team outing with my co-workers, who are more like family to me than anything. And another picture where I'm smiling. Me and my son were sitting in a glove. So anyways, that's where I am. And just feeling so confident to actually acknowledge finally that I can take these pictures, which for those of you who may have been around for my story for a while, or maybe you've watched some of my beginning videos, one of the biggest game changers or mind changers for me was when I would look back and I realized that I was not taking pictures with my son. And if I did, I wasn't smiling, and I was always very tedious about how I angled or what I did with my face, or if I was smiling too big, too much, too small. And I would accidentally shift or move something that shouldn't be moved or shifted. So a lot of work went into it, and I just was like, this is ridiculous. I should be able to take a picture with my son and not even think about it. Because that's how I feel about him, is I love him so much. He makes me smile, and it's effortless. That's a bond. That's my soulmate. That's my true love right there. So, that's to finally realize that this has actually come full circle, and the way that things are just lined. Someone who I truly feel like my soul recognizes as, this is who you are supposed to be with. This is a man who's going to do everything he ever can to keep you safe and make you feel loved and adored, and I would do the same for him 100 times over. So anyway, without further ado, I am going to read through some of these comments. Okay, so let me go all the way to the bottom. Okay. So I like some of these comments, so if I'm missing any, I do, but I will be making sure that I at least go back and I respond directly. So, Rosa, hi, did you use any powder while the stitches were still in the gums? No, I did not. I definitely did not use powder because even though it is a powder and it's not nearly as gooey and sticky and tacky as I think adhesive is, or the glue or paste, it still adheres in a certain way that I think it would still pull, and once that powder gets into your gums, that would probably affect your healing, and you might feel it, I think. I never tried it. So what I used while the stitches were still in my gums is I put paste right down the middle of the palette. I spread it out a little bit so it just stayed local to the roof of my mouth. I did not put it in the trough around my gums. And then for the bottoms, they simply set down and rest for as long as I could handle it. And then I'm pretty confident I had gotten to a point where I actually started just taking the bottom out. Melinda, I just subbed. Congratulations on 400. I was like, thank God we all have to wear a mask. And I don't have to wear my dentures. You're beautiful. I hardly wear them because you can't really tell I don't have them. But I've been trying to wear them more because I should. I spent a lot on them. I feel like I read this one the last video, but this is okay. I wear a mask when I go out, but I don't around my friends. And yes, I push my tongue forward. Yeah, okay. When I don't have them in. I do remember reading this one. Hi, Melinda. Okay, and then Burchell, I think I may have read some of these, so we're just going to see what happens. Burchell, I just had 14 extracted on top 5 days ago for the bottom, and go for the bottoms in a week. Immediate place after each. Just starting out the process. I've heard the Fixodent powder, but hard to find info on the Polygrip brand. Do you have one you prefer? I so far prefer and rely on Fixodent powder. I haven't used Polygrip, I don't think. I don't actually even have the powder next to me right now to confirm which one I have, but it's the same one that I've been using. I've been sticking to that one because it does work, and it does have a kind of a chalk consistency at first, but ultimately no taste, which I definitely have learned to appreciate at this point. Kayla, I don't have bottoms, but I have upper denture, and I love using Seabond so much. Help my sore spots heal up because the cushion it gives. Yes, I love the feeling so much when it initially settles. After a while, obviously, the cushion kind of thins out from the pressure, but it feels so good. It's the little things. WC Paget, time is money, edit. I'm learning. And Michael said you are not paying for this. It's true. Dawn, so does Seabond keep your bottom from shifting all day? How is it after you eat? That's the real test. Totally agree. So the Seabond does stay all day long. Sometimes if I eat certain foods, I will pop the bottom out and I will change it out. After I eat, it definitely holds food and sauce. Sauce for sure. So if you eat like a soy sauce is the first one coming to mind, or a barbecue sauce, you can see it stained into the cushion. So I would definitely change it out after all day wear. And if you can, or if you have access or ability, I would change it right after you eat each time. Sometimes for me, the way my job is I could be eating for 15 minutes, have an appointment, and then I have to go back to eating for 15 more minutes. Anyways, oh, and while I'm eating, by the way, you did not ask, so unsolicited, but while you're eating, the bottom denture will move. The cushion is really great for the fact that you're applying pressure. It's not the best for actually holding the denture, so you're still going to have to learn to have some muscle control with your tongue, with the inside of your lip, and your jaw. It sounds tedious, but for most foods that I eat, I'm just pretty mindful of the consistencies, like pastas and things like that are very easy. I can even bite into a McDonald's cheeseburger pretty easily, but it still takes a little bit of that muscle control. Otherwise, it does definitely stain, and it will smell because of the staining. David, I had a couple people who commented on my smile today. One person thought they were my natural teeth. Most people will. LOL, my wife is jealous because my smile is near perfect. I bet your smile is perfect. And I'm so happy that you are a humble person, David, and I love having someone like you here on my channel, especially because you do have such a supportive spouse that she's like, oh my gosh, I wish I had such a beautiful smile. And you know what? I'm hoping that your wife has beautiful, healthy, pain-free teeth. Otherwise, potentially a solution. So, all right. And then Acorn John, I'm very glad that Danielle the beauty is back and with such nice long video. Thank you. I am looking forward to your next video. I am going to get better. We're settling in now. I promise you, John, that I am working on it. My phone even got cracked. I am not an iPhone person. I am a Droid person all the way. It cracked though, and I have to make do, so I'm now on an Apple phone, an old one, but I'm okay with that. I'm just not a very big update, newest of everything, shiniest or whatever, but at any rate, I will be working on this, so I'm happy to be back. It feels good to be back. I've been thinking about you guys, and I'm like, oh gosh, I really need to get back on this. Like, this is just ridiculous. So, at any rate, hi, John. Lawrence, I think how they fit is more important than how they look. People don't pay as much attention as you think. Plus, real teeth are rarely perfect. You look great. Agreed. Real teeth are not perfect. They're just not. They have their own personality to them. Even like I think of Avril Lavigne, she's someone that I looked up to from childhood, and granted, I don't keep up with her nowadays. I couldn't tell you what she even does anymore. But she always had those longer, more pronounced, almost like fangs. And I always thought they looked beautiful. In my own opinion, I always thought her teeth looked gorgeous, and I always loved how unique and how personable, or how unique, and there's another word, her smile is, and I always loved that, especially because growing up I was struggling with my own denture or dental issues. So I've learned to come to appreciate the uniqueness of everybody's smiles. I just grew accustomed to having the crowns and the veneers and now the Hollywood smile with these, and I'm happy with it. I do appreciate when people's smiles are not perfect. So, I don't know, I guess I just kind of accept it all, right? You have an awesome smile. The fact that you're smiling, I'm smiling naturally, so we'll just sit here smiling at each other. And then we have Casey. I have been waiting to see how things have worked out for you. Thanks for the update. I have to say you are my favorite denture channel to watch simply because you keep it real. You are honest when times are tough, yet have the strength to keep pushing through and stay positive to give us hope. The fact that you have the time to read the comments and reply means the world to me. I am sure, oh no, now I feel worse. I'm sure my husband is overhearing about my dentures, although supportive. That's our own perception, and our perception is reality. I'm sure your husband is not tired of it or over it. I'm sure your husband sees this as something, maybe somehow kind of like how I do. This is something that you have to endure and live with and make changes and alterations in order to sustain a life with it, whether it's social, physically eating, talking, singing in the car, all these different things, and how to even smile again and get used to the person in the mirror and overcome all the trauma you went through the extraction or the surgery. I bet you he looks at you like, holy cow, she is so strong. I admire this woman, like, oh my gosh. Although supportive, he will want to go to a restaurant, and I have to say, I'm sorry, I can't eat that. It is my goal that 1 year in, this will all be normal. I just need to decide if I should do implants on the bottom. If anyone on here has been through that process, I would love to hear how it went for you. I fear chronic pain if they hit a nerve. Congrats on the move and engagement. Thank you. Thanks for being here for us in these busy times in your life. Please keep doing what you do because you are a huge help. Casey, oh my gosh. First of all, I thought it would take at least a year or two to get to a point where this is normal. Took less than a year. It has not hit my 1-year anniversary yet. That will be September 20th this year. That will be my 1 year in dentures. So it's different for everybody, but just to give you a little bit of hope, it's possible. It's doable. Now, as far as what you can and can't eat, I'm still in that boat. But I almost just kind of accept it as a food preference at this point. There's certain steaks that I can eat, and then there's steaks that I physically struggle with, and I don't really feel like putting in the time because at this point I'm still looking more at putting sustenance in my body and just enjoying the process of eating food. I don't want to overcome any more hurdles at the moment. I'll get there eventually. But right now, the fact that I can bite into things like green beans, I can bite into a, decent cheeseburger. Raising Cane's is actually my favorite restaurant, and I can bite into those chicken tenders and pull it apart confidently. So there is that. And then if you should do implants on the bottom, I did not do it. I definitely would look into doing implants in the bottom. Maybe not so much in the top, or maybe in the top. If you look at Princess Glitterhead Diaries, she did implants all around, and I think she actually recently got a new set of dentures also. So I would look into her. She's amazing, and her confidence is inspiring. But that was something that I was considering. My finances held me back from looking into getting any implants. If I were to go back and do it again, I may still stick with what I still have, just because I do also fear for those complications and going back and having, my body reject the implants, that kind of stuff. But it is something I definitely encourage you to continue looking into it and find what's going to be best for you. And if anyone does know what it's like to go through that process, leave a comment below. We want to help Casey. Bob, those masks do come in handy, Danny, that's for sure. I've been called Danny. Thanks for the update, your fan. Thank you, Bob. April, I'm 36 and have an appointment with a denture to get dentures after only having gums for 11 years. Just discovered you and you have an awesome story. May God bless you. God bless you, April. And I love your name because my son was born in April, so. But yes, it's actually almost easier because you already did the extraction process, and now it's just a matter of doing the, sorry, my son kept yelling. So, the hardest part, in my opinion, of getting dentures was definitely the surgery and the fact that you've already gone through it. It sounds like maybe I could have even, I could be missing a little bit of context, but it sounds like you just got to go in and get the fitting for your Hollywood teeth or whatever it is you're looking to get. Get the Hollywood treatment. Tara, so nice to see you. If it continues to bother you, I would make them do an adjustment. So I am actually sitting very well now. I don't think any further adjustments are needed now. There was a few things that I thought I would need, but I just had to kind of get used to the new feeling again. But otherwise, all good. Tony, you look fabulous with or without your teeth, but pleased to have your teeth back. Yes. Yes. I'm absolutely happy that I still did go back and that I took advantage of the moment, seized the day, thank you, Avenged Sevenfold, and I just went for it and had that opportunity to talk and not have my dentures in, and hopefully help some other people feel a little more comfortable and a little more confident to even just walk around your house not wearing them, which for me, sometimes it's a hit and miss task to this day, but I do not regret making those videos because I know those were things that I needed for sure. Wendy, I've been watching your diary from the start. I love your personality and how you keep it real. Lots of love to you from the UK. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you, thank you. I'm sending love right back at you to the UK from US. And I believe that is all the comments I have now. So I will go back and I will type up some responses here, probably tonight after my boy goes to bed, because it sounds like he's getting very restless. So if you guys have any other questions for me, any ideas for another video going forward, any of that kind of stuff, go ahead and leave a comment. If you like videos like this from me, hit the like button. And if you want to see more videos with me in the future, go ahead and subscribe, and I will talk to you later.